Good evening, guys. Harden here. Back with another Eve Echoes video. It's been about a month since I've done one of these Abyss runs. I made a few improvements to the ship setup, nothing gigantic, but have been slowly improving the times. Tonight I'm going to be running the Abyss with two other Raven strikers, my regular team, plus a Megathron Navy, not two Raven strikers, two other Raven Navy issues, so three Raven Navy issues and one Megathron Navy issue. We're not using a Nightmare, so if you can look at the setup on here, you can see I'm going at one large shield booster, two shield hardeners, three DPS ballistic controls mods, and then in the mid slots a capacitor battery, group capacitor battery, and three group shields. And you can see I've got siege mode switched on there, and then also you can see there in terms of the implant I have got the warhead charge implant, and that is switched to the thermal damage type. So if I jump in, let me just move this over here, if I jump in now quickly to the fitting screen, you will see here now that this ship has a cold DPS in siege of 7,856. Now this is primarily as a result of my implant combining well with my nanocore. So if I jump into the nanocore here, just wait for a second, it's a bit laggy. So you can see here, if I look at the basic attributes, you can see that there is a missile torpedo thermal damage bonus there, which that then complements obviously the warhead charge, and then there's also here on the expanded attributes there's a 22.5% thermal damage. So that combined with the implant mode, which I think the implant is now at level 34 or something in that region, and then also on the AI, the golden core, I have upgraded that with large missile torpedo activation 4.2, which also increases the DPS. So that combined with B-type missile launchers, which I have collected over quite a long period of time, and also my skills, which I'll just jump in and quickly show you now. Skills. Here I'll show you my missile skills. They're not perfect. You can see here I'm training advanced missile projection level 4 right now. If I go into the weapon technology and jump into the missiles, you can see that most of my missile skills are at level 5, and obviously haven't trained the capital ones yet because I've just focused on battleships. And then these new missile skills, I have now leveled up the first two precision guidance, advanced precision guidance, to level 5, both of those. Target navigation prediction, which again just helps apply damage better. Missile bombardment is the other DPS one, and then I'm working on missile projection, which I will put up to 5, which I think that just gives some additional range. And the same with missile propulsion, that will be my next one. Advanced missile propulsion will be my next skill. So the recent anniversary event allowed me to kind of really push up the skills on these things. I even managed to get I eventually did the battleship command, the advanced skill, or to level 5 as well as the advanced skill, or the expert skill to level 5 as well, which kind of syncs well with the Raven Navy. I think there's an additional bonus on that. So that's the kind of skill. So you can see it's a fairly specialized setup. I'm very, very skilled in missiles and battleships. So it would take quite a lot of work to replicate this, particularly with the nanocore and particularly with the implant. Now, in terms of this setup, just to explain, we're not going with a Nightmare. So it does need to have some tank. I found that, again, originally I had more tank. I had a ballistic control on here because that does get some bonuses on the Raven Navy issue, so it's a kind of a good emergency button. But I found that now the team, we're clearing it fast enough that we never really need to use that. So I finally decided to drop that in favor of an additional ballistic control. So sorry, it was a damage control, which I dropped in favor of the ballistic control there. So I've done that on two of my ships. The third ship, which which is Second Mary, one of my characters. For some reason, the NPCs always focus on her. They always, I have no idea why. So she actually still has the ballistic control, or sorry, the damage control, because for some reason they love focusing on her, and sometimes her tank does get a bit wobbly. So I've kept the damage control on her, and again, that seems to work out quite well. So the DPS on this one is the highest of my ships because, again, this is the one I primarily spend my time on. One of my accounts is this was 7856, the other one is 7200, and the Second Mary also is around 7200, so they're all over 7000 cold DPS with the siege mode activated. So what I'm going to do now is I'll jump in. If anyone has any other questions about setup, how this works, the rigs, again here, this is my AI ship, so this is not particularly, it's not completely set up for Abyss. So you can see here the core defense, charge economizer, core defense, which are good for the shield booster, which are not strictly necessary for Abyss, and then here the enhanced 2p, the warhead for calefaction and bay loading are fine, they add DPS, but this one is also the rigor catalyst and the bay loading. So the rigor catalyst again is not strictly necessary. It would probably be better to not do another warhead catalyst or something like that to get extra DPS, but I find that the warhead rigor catalyst does help with the AI mission, so that's why I've got that. And then my other low slots, these ones are not integrated. I did have them integrated before, but I've lost my ship with the integrated too many times when AI first came out, and it was such a pain to kind of replace that, so expensive. So I find that with the Raven Navy there's really no cap issues anyway, so just the kind of standard here, capacitor control circuit, and semiconductor memory cell work fine. So that's the basic setup. If anyone has any questions or want me to kind of explain more about how this works, I'm happy to kind of answer that. The other two ships are fairly similar, apart from my third one where the rigs are a little bit different. I'm just waiting for that ship to die so I can actually replace the rigs, but at the moment they're too expensive to replace, so I don't want to suicide it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dock up quickly. I've got 2 of the people for this Abyss run in the fleet already. I'm just going to invite a corp mate. I just also need to check that I have added fuel for the group shield and group capacitor control. Group shield and group capacitor. Let me just make sure I have refueled. Okay, and that's fine. So I'm just going to go to the fleet window, and I am going to invite my corp mate, who should be standing by. Let's see, Zangan. So as I said last week, we're normally currently averaging just around 3 minutes a clear. That's what we're averaging last week, but we do occasionally get nicer runs, because with missiles it's a bit tricky because it's very hard to judge the best time to activate, deactivate. You've got missile flight time, so sometimes you can get lucky and get a little bit of a faster time, but sometimes you can be unlucky as well. So our time last week, the best time was 2:45, which actually put us in the top 200 on the leaderboard. Now, why am I not finding my corp mate here? Let's see, Zankan. I wonder how they order this. Did I miss him? One sec, apologise. I know this is not too riveting. There we go. Let's see. Hopefully he's online and ready to go. So the invite is sent. Okay, he's joined the fleet. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to add him onto my followed. So I just keep an eye on his shield as we're doing that. I'm going to do that on my other 2 accounts as well, just so I can keep an eye on everybody as we do these. Set as followed, and here on this one, let's go to fleet and select Zankan and set as followed, and then I will go into the fleet window and I'll change it now to a dormant realm fleet. Edit fleet info, dormant realm, confirm. So again, before we get started, I do have to remind you that I am running 3 accounts here. So in this case, it's 1 on a tablet and 2 on emulators, so I have to kind of switch between them. So if you don't see anything happening on the screen and you're thinking, why this guy's so slow, it's because I'm trying to do it across 3 accounts, which in Abyss is kind of tricky because everything's kind of a rush. All right, so I think we're ready to go. Let me just check with my court mate and just see if he is fine. All deady. I hope that's not an omen. Okay, did I miss something? Did he say anything? Not seeing. Well, let's just jump in anyway. I won't start if he doesn't. Okay, we're going to go to Abyss, enter. And again, as I said, our best time so far is 2 minutes 45. So it'd be nice if we can improve on that today. I'm not sure what the environmental effects are today. We'll see when we go in there. Okay, so he's confirmed. So there we go, level 10. And now I need to invite everybody. Confirm. I hope we have a smooth run today. Sometimes I will get one account or other will crash, and I've had instances where when you jump in, you suddenly find that your implant, which you've set up in advance, for some reason is on the wrong mode. So you're doing a lot less DPS than you think. All right, so I think everybody's ready. So we're going to jump in. So as I said, it's a bit frantic at the beginning. The tactic initially is all to focus on one tower. And then what I do is the second tower we also focus on because you've still got the extra shield extender at the beginning. But after that, I split them up to try and spread the DPS. Okay, so here we go. Let's get the tank on first of all, and again do that on my other accounts. Okay, and then let's get the targets window open, switch to vital target, do that again on all of them. And the first target is number 1, which is at 60 kilometers. So all of my ships will be targeting number 1. Just make sure that the tank is on everything. So number 1, and then what I'm going to do is just lock all the other towers up so they're ready. Okay, so they're all locked up. And now what I'm going to do here on this one is I'm going to switch to number 3. On this account, because the other 2 will lock that. So again, I'm just trying to spread my fire out a little bit. This one is going to get ready to go on to number 3 when that dies, and this one is going to get ready to number 3. Okay, I am going to activate my not on this one yet. Okay, this one can do that. All right, so we're on number 3 now. So all of them are on number 3. Again, I'm going to work through. I'm going to do one more hit on that, and then this one is going to switch to number 5. So again, we're hitting the... Okay, that's already going down very quick. So number 5. And then these other accounts, this one is going to switch to number 2, and this one is going to switch to number 4. Okay, and I'm going to activate another ballistic control. Again, looking at all the ships on the overview, Second Mary does seem to be the one that's taking fire, as usual. So I've got a ship on number 2, a ship on number 4, and a ship on number 5. And what I am going to do now is I'm going to set this up to go straight onto number 6 once that dies, and the other 2 as well. I'm clicking onto number 6. So is that number 6? Sorry, am I getting mixed up? Yeah, number 6. So now we're left with just the close towers. So this is when the things start spawning. Look at this. I just said about the implant, I've just noticed here, so my DPS has been significantly reduced here because for some reason, well, I clicked on it. What's happened? Am I in the right mode or not? Okay. And damage is coming in. No one is hurting too badly. Again, so that would have reduced my DPS quite significantly because obviously I get a lot of the DPS from that thermal mode. But again, didn't notice it towards the end. So again, they are doing some damage now. All the towers are down. You can see Second Mary took the most there. I didn't activate her damage control. So that was just over, just over 3 minutes, which really actually is pretty poor by our recent standards. I forgot to check what the, I forgot to check if my other accounts are all in the wrong mode as well. That probably explains why it wasn't as good as normal. Okay, so that's the first one done. So again, we're just going to jump in and do the second one. So again, before the abyss, enter, go to level 10, confirm, invite everybody again, invite, accept on my other two accounts, and then ready those up. Okay, so everybody's ready. I just wait for this graphic. There we go. So let's enter. I do need to check my other accounts whether they were also their implant mode had changed, but it's something worth checking. Sometimes, again, sometimes I get to my third run and then realize that that's happened. Okay, so here we go. All right, so first things first, all the tank on. Again, the implant's not on the right one. So I'm doing the tank on my other accounts now. My other accounts are on the right implant mode, so that's good. And now let's switch to vital target, and vital target. And we are going for tower number 1 again. So focus fire on number 1, focus fire on number 1, focus fire on number 1, and then again, next step is locking everything up in preparation. So again, because I'm looking at 3 screens, I'm not looking at the damage that's going in. So hopefully the damage is a bit better on number 1 now. I think so. Okay, so I'm actually going to switch him over immediately to number 3 on this account. And then these others will switch over to number 3. In fact, that will go to number 3 now. And that will go to number 3. Oops, 3. Okay, so they're all on number 3. I am going to now activate some ballistics. Okay, 63,000, so that is definitely a bit better. And then that's going to go to number 5, and this one is going to go to number 2, and this one is going to go to number 4. And again, looking at the tank, everything is okay right now. So again, for those of you nervous about doing this without Nightmare, if you have enough DPS and you have a reasonable tank, then it definitely is quite possible to do it without Nightmare. Alright, so now I'm just going to switch on to number 6 here, or just get ready to go on to number 6 there, and number 6 there, and number 6 there. We're on 209 now, so again, I don't think it's a super time. Let's get the ballistics on again. And in fact, yeah, maybe that's partly it. Again, because I'm talking, I'm not as smooth as normal. So I'm going to actually, let's turn the second one on. I think maybe I didn't even actually apply the damage last time. And which of my ships is taking damage? Well, Second Mary again. So I'm actually going to activate her damage control this time. And we're now at 238, so again, we're not going to get a record time here, because it always, even after you kill the last tower, you then have to wait another 5 to 10 seconds. But this should be sub 3 minutes, which is pretty okay. Yeah, so that was 248, the last tower died. Let's see if it finishes before 3 minutes. 257, 258, 3. It suddenly jumped to 3. Okay, wow. What's the official time on here? Oh, it's actually 2:59, so that's good. It's under 3 minutes. So again, hopefully we can kind of fine-tune it as we go. Again, I forgot to look at the damage bonus. I don't think it's missiles, because I think we'd be doing better if it was missiles this week. Alright, so let's jump into Dorman Realm one more time. Before the Abyss, enter. Okay, and then level 10. Confirm. Invite everybody. Confirm. Confirm. And then ready up. And ready there. And ready there. Okay, and Zankin is ready too. So we'll jump in. Again, let's hope we can get a nice run, because I find if you get into the 240s, that is when you kind of get guaranteed that extra box at the end of the week from finishing the top 200. Okay, so again, let's get the tank on first. Okay, and now let's open up the overview, vital target, and that one lagged a bit, lagged again. Okay, so number one, focus fire, number one, focus fire, and number one, focus fire, and yeah, okay, so we're all on number one, and then lock up. Okay, and this one is now going to go to number 3, because that's already going down quite quick, and you're going to switch to number 3 as well. And actually I'm going to activate the first ballistic on all of these. Oh, one of them has switched to the wrong target. Okay, that's not great. Number 6 for some reason. Okay, I'm going to leave him on there. Hopefully that will be okay. So we've got 2 ships on number 3, and then I'll switch one over to 5 in a minute. Oh, in terms of the, let's have a look. It's cannon damage this week. Okay, so it's not missile for sure. Okay, you can switch to number 5, focus fire. You can switch to number 2. And again, we'll activate a ballistic here. Okay. And you can switch to number 4 when that one goes down. So again, I'm not sure this is going to work out, because I did mess up in one of my ships, hit the wrong target, but I guess it'll be okay. You can see my tank is starting to go down here, so that's a little bit worrying. Again, let's hit the ballistic. Let's try and get this finished as quick as possible. You're going to switch on there when that dies, and you're going to switch on to number 4 when that dies. Yeah, my tank is going down pretty quickly. I don't know why. Let me just check all the group shields are on. Yeah, so this is unusual. Alright, so hopefully the tank will hold out. There's enough of a buffer. It's going to die in a second. 246. Okay, so the time was good, but I did take some armor damage there, which is the first time that I have taken armor damage running this setup. But again, as I said, I did weaken the tank a little bit just to try and get some extra speed there. So the completion time, that time was 2:57, so a little bit faster. So we've got 3 more runs to do. Let's see if we can get down into the 240s like we did last week. Okay. All right. So Dormant Realm. Let's jump in before the Abyss. I could repair, but I think it should be okay. It's kind of unusual for them to target number 1. And then before the Abyss, enter. And we're going to go to difficulty 10, confirm. Okay, invite everybody. Confirm, confirm. And then ready up, ready, and ready. And there we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, a member's not ready. Oh, what's happened here? Did he say something? Oh, he's ready now. Okay, so let's enter. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually, there is a missiles week. I think it's like once every 5 weeks or so. Okay, so let's get my tank on. Same again here. And finally. Okay. And let's get onto vital target there. Vital target there. And vital target there. and focus on number 1. Focus fire, focus fire, focus fire, and let's lock up. And let's actually use 1 ballistic there. Oh no, I've made a stupid error here. Okay, I've messed up on one of my accounts. I have locked everything, so not just the towers, but okay, so that's going to go to number 1, and that's going to go to number 3. This one I'm going to have to unlock stuff. Unlock, unlock, unlock. Okay. Okay, that was kind of stupid. Alright, so 3, and then you're going to go on to 5. You are going to go on to number 4. Again, not ideal how I've done this. 7. So yeah, that was the worst so far. That was like a stupid mistake on my part. I hit, I think out of habit, the lock all button. So I didn't lock up all the towers, I locked up a lot of the ships, so I had to start unlocking, which just wasted time. Again, you have to kind of, with Abyss, there's so much going on, especially running 3 accounts, that silly things like that can just really kind of slow it down. Let me see, Dormant Realm. Let me just double check how many more we've got to do. So 2 more. Alright, so before the Abyss, enter. Again, I'm just hoping we can get a good run without any mistakes. Okay, number 10, confirm. And then let's invite everybody. Invite member. Confirm, confirm. And hit the ready button. Zanken is ready. Yep, so everybody's ready. Let's jump in and give it another go. Again, let's hope this one goes a bit more smoothly. That last one was a bit panic stations there. Okay, tank on first. Let's get the overview open and then switch to vital target, and try not to lock everything this time. Vital target. Okay, and this is good, it hasn't even loaded yet, so let's focus fire, target 1, focus fire, focus fire. So that looks okay, and we'll get the ballistic on here, and let's lock everything else up. Okay, this one is going to switch into number 3 now. Focus on number 3. And this one is also going to switch to number 3 now. Focus fire. And this is also going to switch to number 3. Focus fire. Okay, and let's put another ballistic on there. So everybody's hitting number 3. And this one is now going to switch to number 5. Focus fire on number 5. This one is going to switch to number 2, and this one is going to switch to number 4. Okay, and again, let's do another round of ballistics here. Max the damage. You can see Second Mary is taking the most damage. Again, it was quite unusual. They don't normally target Harden like they did in that, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd one. That gave the armor damage there. Let's have a look. Yeah, everything's going well. So let's go to target 6. Target 6 when those all die. And we're doing okay on the time here. This might be a good one. 2:15. So we've got the first ship now on Tower 6. So if we can finish around 2:30, and maybe that's impossible, but we'll see. I've got no more ballistics, unfortunately. They're all activated. Okay, 2:30. If we come on, let's get 2:35. It'll be nice. 2:35. Come on. One more hit, please. See, this is the problem with missiles, you have to wait. Too slow. Alright, so at least this should be the fastest time tonight. It shouldn't be too bad. We've got one more shot at beating our record here. What's the final time again? Just waiting for it to... Alright, 2:55. I don't think that's fast enough to get into the top 200. So just have to hope that this last run goes perfect and we have a bit of luck. Alright, so let's jump in again. Before the abyss. Enter. Level 10. Confirm. Invite everybody. Ready everyone up. Okay, and then let's enter. Okay, tank on. And let's get the target window open. Vital target. Vital target. Vital target. And again, level target tower 1. Focus fire. Focus fire. Focus fire. Lock everything else up. All 3 accounts. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to number 3 on this account already. And on this account, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Okay. That's going to switch to number 3, and that's going to switch to number 3. Alright, and now I will activate my first ballistic on all accounts. So everybody should be hitting number 3. Hopefully we can reduce the shield extender before it actually runs out by itself. Yes. So, okay, this one is going to switch to number 5 now, already. And this one is going to get ready to go to number 2. Focus fire. Oh no, it was on the wrong tower again. What the hell was going on here? And now I've switched it. Okay, so stupid. Okay. Okay, let's put another... Yeah, unfortunately I've messed up here again. My own fault. So... you never know, it might still work out. I'm going to activate the ballistics here. What time are we on now? 2:10. Yeah, I think it's already too late. We'll see. I have still got ballistics on here going. And switching to number 4 now. So I have 2 ships on number 4, 225, 226. Well, possible. 231. Come on. 3 nice hits would do it. Oh, there we go. 237. Okay, come on. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Come on. Stop lagging. 244, 245, 246, 247. What time has it given us? It has given us 246. 1 second slower than last week. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. I think that would still qualify. I think we finished 184 out of 200 last week. So that should be good enough to enable us to go back into the top 200. I'm just going to actually collect all of these. I'm going to actually show you what I get this week. So claim rewards, claim rewards, claim rewards, claim rewards, claim rewards. Yeah, you can see there the best time 246. Then there was a 259, 255, 307 and 257. So that's actually kind of a wider variation than we normally get, but as I said, there was a few kind of like things that kind of went wrong there. So let's have a quick look at where we are in the ranking. So we're going to go into the abyss here, and we're currently ranked at number 93. So you can see here, that's us with the 3 Ravens and the Megathron Raven Navy issue. You can see here most of the people are still running. There's an all APOC team there, but most of them, and there's another all APOC team there. You can see APOCs are definitely still the flavour of the month here, and Nightmares are included in most of the teams. Let's keep going down. Let's see what is around us. 67, 70, 73. Let's have a look. So 93. So there's 2 Ravens in the team above. John Silver, a Rocket there, with an APOC and a Nightmare, and then below us is 2 APOCs and a Megathron Navy and another Nightmare. So you can see the bulk of the teams here are Nightmare teams, so it's quite nice to do this on its own, but again, the APOC definitely is the best ship for Abyss. There's no doubt about that, but it's nice that the Raven can do quite well now, ever since the Raven Navy issue came out, and also the extra missile skills really did help. Okay, so the final thing in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop into my inventory here, my item hanger, select all, and then stack everything. Okay, and turn off multi-select. So let's just open all. Bit laggy again. Okay, and instruction execution here. So 147 million, which isn't bad. And let's have a look at the details here. So yeah, so the usual kind of implant stuff, which is good. Oh, experimental barrage control, I've got that, so I'm probably going to reprocess that. Oh, whoa, a level 10. I think that's the first time I've ever got a level 10. Shield booster efficiency optimization. Oh, that's quite a nice one. I think module activation cost, shield repair effect. Okay, that's not so useful really, because if your ship is, well, it's good if your ship is very tight on capacitor, but I find if you're using a missile ship, you shouldn't really have problems with capacitor. So that one is probably not that useful for me. I'm probably going to sell that. I hope there's a market for that, but that should be $1 billion or more, which is very nice. And then a few other kind of randoms, a 7, which is not bad, and an 8. Oh, so it kind of the Abyss Fairy has kind of smiled at me. A ballistic control efficiency, which I think I actually have that already. So I might see if I need to upgrade that on my implant, and then just a level 1, and again some general stuff. But quite happy with that. It's a good pile of loot for what was about 30 minutes effort in terms of running the Abyss, and no real scares apart from taking a little bit of armor damage. Just need to optimize it, and I'm looking forward to Missile Week next time, so I can try and actually get into a little bit higher, because I think if I've got 3 Ravens with missiles, the extra 10% should make quite a nice difference in terms of the overall time. But there you go, guys. I hope that's interesting. Yeah, apologies, I'm not doing much more content at the moment. I haven't really had that much, don't really have that much time to play. So my play time at the moment is kind of the AI with the Abyss once a week, and then doing a little bit of PvP in the hour or so that I might have to play every day outside of that. So I haven't had that much interesting to talk about or do videos on, but I am still around and doing things. So anyway, if you have any suggestions on how I can improve my Abyss runs or the fittings on these Ravens, feel free to suggest them. Thank you again. Please do like and subscribe. Good night.